Hello, and welcome. For many of us, a bright, juicy grapefruit is the very picture of a healthy breakfast. It's packed with vitamin C and feels like a wonderfully fresh start to the day. But what most people don't realize is that after 60, this simple fruit can turn into a serious health risk when combined with many of the most common medications we rely on. This isn't about a minor upset stomach. This interaction can significantly change how your body processes vital medicines for blood pressure, cholesterol, and even anxiety, sometimes making them dangerously strong. Understanding this simple food-drug interaction is fundamental to staying safe, steady on your feet, and in control of your health as you age. In this video, we are going to walk through exactly why this happens in plain, simple language. You'll learn the specific, common types of medications that are affected, and I'll name names, both generic and brand, so you can check your own medicine cabinet. Most importantly, you'll get a clear list of delicious and safe alternatives, so you don't have to give up that morning citrus. Stay with me to the end, because I'll share a simple 3-step action plan you can use today to protect yourself, and I'll list the one surprising citrus fruit, often found in marmalade, that you also need to watch out for. There will be no scare tactics here, just clear, science-backed information to help you make confident choices and clear guidance on when it's time to have a quick chat with your doctor or pharmacist. We're building a community here dedicated to navigating our health with clarity and confidence. If that sounds good to you, take a moment to subscribe to the channel. I'd also love to hear from you. In the comments below, let me know one health topic you wish was explained more simply. Your questions guide the videos we make. Now, let's get into the heart of the matter. How can a healthy fruit cause so much trouble? The answer lies in your liver and a specific group of enzymes. Think of your liver as the body's main processing and cleaning facility. Inside this facility, you have a highly specialized work crew. This crew is made up of enzymes, and one of the most important teams is called CYP3A4. Imagine this CYP3A4 team is in charge of breaking down and deactivating certain substances that come into your body, including many medications. They work at a very precise pace. Your doctor calculates your medication dose knowing exactly how quickly this enzyme crew will process it, ensuring you have just the right amount of medicine active in your bloodstream at any given time. Here's where the grapefruit comes in. Grapefruit and grapefruit juice contain natural chemical compounds called furanocoumarins. When you eat grapefruit or drink its juice, these compounds travel to your liver and essentially put your CYP3A4 enzyme crew out of commission. They don't just slow them down. They effectively block them from doing their job. It's like the cleanup crew has been sent on a mandatory 3-day vacation without any notice. So, you take your daily pill as prescribed. But instead of the enzyme crew breaking it down at the normal rate, the medicine just circulates and builds up in your bloodstream. The dose your doctor intended to be safe and effective can suddenly become 2, 5, or even 10 times more potent. It's the equivalent of accidentally taking multiple pills at once, and that can lead to serious side effects. This effect isn't brief, either. It can last for up to 72 hours, which is why simply separating your pill and your grapefruit by a few hours doesn't solve the problem. Let's talk about the first major category of drugs this affects: statins, the widely prescribed medications for lowering cholesterol. Millions of people take a statin every day to manage their cholesterol and reduce the risk of heart attack and stroke. Medications like atorvastatin, which you might know as Lipitor, and simvastatin, often called Zocor, are two of the most common ones that have a significant interaction with grapefruit. Levastatin is another one to be very aware of. Here's the scenario. Let's say your doctor has you on a moderate dose of atorvastatin to keep your LDL, or bad cholesterol, in a healthy range. You have your morning routine. Take your pill with a glass of water, followed by half a grapefruit for breakfast. You feel like you're doing everything right for your heart health. But inside your body, the furanocoumarins from the grapefruit have shut down that CYP3A4 enzyme crew in your liver. The atorvastatin, which should be slowly processed, starts to accumulate. The concentration in your blood can rise dramatically. A dose that was therapeutic yesterday is now potentially toxic today. The primary risk with excessively high levels of statins is a condition called rhabdomyolysis, which is a big word for severe muscle damage. In its early stages, it might just feel like unusual muscle soreness, weakness, or cramping, which can be easy to dismiss as a sign of just getting older or overdoing it in the garden. But in severe cases, it can lead to kidney damage and other serious complications. You might feel profoundly tired or notice your urine is a darker, tea-like color. So, what's the practical step here? If you are taking a statin, the first thing to do is read the pharmacy label and the information leaflet that came with your prescription. It will almost always contain a specific warning about grapefruit. If you see atorvastatin, Lipitor, simvastatin, Zocor, or levastatin on your pill bottle, the safest course of action is to completely avoid grapefruit and grapefruit juice. Not just in the morning, but entirely. Some other statins, like pravastatin, Pravachol, and rosuvastatin, Crestor, are processed by the body differently and are considered much safer to take if you enjoy grapefruit. But you should never make that switch on your own. If you love grapefruit and you're on an interacting statin, have a conversation with your doctor or pharmacist. They can tell you if a safer alternative might be right for you. And if you are on a statin and start experiencing unexplained, persistent muscle pain, don't just power through it. It's a clear signal to call your doctor's office. Moving on, the next major group of medications to be extremely cautious with are certain blood pressure drugs, specifically a class called calcium channel blockers. These are essential medicines for many people managing hypertension. They work by relaxing and widening your blood vessels, which makes it easier for your heart to pump blood and, in turn, lowers your blood pressure. Some of the most common names in this category include felodipine, nifedipine, which you might know as Procardia or Adalat, and amlodipine, Norvasc, though the interaction with amlodipine is generally less severe. The mechanism is exactly the same as with statins. The grapefruit blocks the CYP3A4 enzyme, and the blood pressure medication builds up in your system. But the outcome is different. Instead of muscle pain, the danger here is your blood pressure dropping too low, a condition called hypotension. Imagine this. You've been carefully managing your high blood pressure for years. Your numbers are stable. You feel good. But recently, you've started adding a glass of grapefruit juice to your breakfast routine. Suddenly, you start feeling dizzy or lightheaded, especially when you stand up from a chair. You might feel unusually fatigued, have a headache, or even feel your heart racing or fluttering. You might chalk it up to not sleeping well or being a bit dehydrated. But what's really happening is that the amplified dose of your medication is causing your blood pressure to fall well below the safe and intended level. That lightheadedness is a serious warning sign. A sudden, sharp drop in blood pressure can increase your risk of fainting, which for anyone over 60 can lead to a dangerous fall and potential injuries like a hip fracture. The practical step is, again, vigilance. If you take any medication for high blood pressure, especially if the generic name ends in dipine, like felodipine or nifedipine, you need to be very careful. Check the label, check the leaflet, and avoid grapefruit. If you've been consuming grapefruit and have noticed any of those symptoms, dizziness, a rapid heartbeat, or feeling faint upon standing, it's very important to check your blood pressure at home if you have a cough. If it's significantly lower than your usual reading, or if the symptoms are new and concerning, contact your doctor. They need to know. It's also a good time for a quick myth bust. A common belief is that you can get away with just a small amount of grapefruit, or that juice from concentrate is safer than a fresh fruit. Unfortunately, this isn't true. Studies have shown that even a single, normal-sized glass of grapefruit juice, about 200 milliliters or 7 ounces, can be enough to significantly inhibit the enzyme. The furanocoumarin compounds are potent, and they are present in the whole fruit, fresh juice, and juice from concentrate. When it comes to medications that have this interaction, the only safe amount is 0. If you're finding this explanation helpful, a simple tap on the subscribe button helps our community grow and ensures you won't miss our future videos on staying healthy and independent. Now, let's turn to a third category of medications that might surprise you. Some drugs used to treat anxiety and insomnia. As we navigate life's changes, it's not uncommon to need help managing anxiety or getting a good night's sleep. Medications like buspirone, often sold as Buspir, for anxiety, or certain benzodiazepines like diazepam, Valium, or triazolam, Halcion, for anxiety or sleep, are also processed by that same CYP3A4 enzyme. When you combine these medications with grapefruit, the drug's concentration in your bloodstream can increase sharply. The intended calming effect can become excessive sedation. This isn't just about feeling a little extra drowsy. It can lead to significant confusion, impaired coordination, and extreme sleepiness. Consider the risk here. If you take one of these medications and then have grapefruit, you could feel disoriented or unsteady on your feet for many hours. This dramatically increases the risk of a fall, not just when you get out of bed, but throughout the day. It can also impair your judgment and reaction time, making activities like driving incredibly dangerous, even if you feel you've had a full night's sleep. The practical advice here is consistent. Check your prescriptions. If you are taking buspirone, diazepam, triazolam, or other similar medications, you should avoid grapefruit. If you are starting one of these medications for the first time, make it a point to ask your pharmacist directly. Are there any foods I need to avoid with this, like grapefruit? They are an invaluable and easily accessible resource for your safety. If you are on one of these drugs and have been feeling unusually out of it, excessively sleepy, or less coordinated than usual, consider whether grapefruit has been part of your diet. And, of course, report these side effects to your doctor. It may be that your dose needs adjustment, or it could be this very interaction at play. Beyond these three major categories, there are a handful of other important medications to be aware of. This includes some immunosuppressants, like cyclosporin or tacrolimus, which are vital for people who have had organ transplants. An interaction here can be extremely serious. It also affects some antihistamines, like fexofenadine, Allegra, where the interaction actually works in reverse. Grapefruit can block the absorption of the drug, making it less effective. It also interacts with some erectile dysfunction drugs like sildenafil, Viagra, increasing blood levels and the risk of side effects like headache and low blood pressure. Even some antiarrhythmic drugs for heart rhythm disorders, like amiodarone, can be affected. The list is quite long, which is why it's so critical to build a habit of checking. This brings us to a simple, three-step action plan you can use to keep yourself safe, starting today. First, become a label detective. Go to your medicine cabinet right now or after this video. For every prescription medication you take, look at the pharmacy label on the bottle. There is often a small sticker with warnings. Look for an icon of a grapefruit or a specific written warning like, "Do not take with grapefruit or grapefruit juice." Also, find the detailed information sheet that the pharmacy provides with your medication. Scan it for the words grapefruit or food interactions. Second, make a list and check it twice. Write down the names of all the medications you take, including both prescription and over-the-counter drugs. You can use an online drug interaction checker. There are reliable ones from major health websites. Or, even better, take your list to your pharmacist. This is the third and most important step. Third, make your pharmacist your partner. Next time you are at the pharmacy, whether picking up a refill or a new prescription, simply hand them your list and ask, could you quickly double-check if any of these have a known interaction with grapefruit? Pharmacists are highly trained experts on these matters, and they are there to help you. This 5-minute conversation can provide immense peace of mind and is one of the single best things you can do to prevent a harmful interaction. Now, I know what you might be thinking. I love my citrus in the morning. What am I supposed to eat instead? The good news is that this problem is very specific to grapefruit and a few of its close relatives. You have many wonderful, safe, and delicious alternatives. The reason other citrus fruits are generally safe is that they do not contain those specific furanocoumarins in significant amounts. So, you can feel confident enjoying navel oranges, clementines, tangerines, and mandarins. These are all excellent sources of vitamin C and flavor, and they will not interfere with your medications. Lemons and limes, used in cooking or in water, are also perfectly safe. The one other citrus to be very cautious about is the Seville orange. These are the bitter oranges most commonly used to make marmalade. They contain the same compounds as grapefruit and can cause the same interactions. So if you enjoy orange marmalade on your toast, check the label. If it's made with Seville oranges, you should avoid it if you're on one of the interacting medications. Sweet orange marmalades are usually fine. Another one to be mindful of is the tangelo, which is a hybrid of a tangerine and a grapefruit, and can sometimes also cause problems. So, the key takeaway is not to be afraid of fruit, but to be informed. By making a few simple swaps, you can continue to enjoy a bright, flavorful, and healthy breakfast without putting yourself at risk. Swapping your half a grapefruit for a sweet navel orange or a couple of clementines is an easy and effective way to protect your health. So let's bring this all together. We've learned that the simple, healthy grapefruit contains natural compounds that can block a key enzyme in your liver. This cleanup crew is responsible for processing many common medications, including certain statins for cholesterol, calcium channel blockers for blood pressure, and some anti-anxiety drugs. When this enzyme is blocked, medication levels can build up in your body to dangerous levels, leading to serious side effects. The most important thing you can do this week is to follow that simple 3-step plan. Check your medication labels, make a list of what you take, and have a quick conversation with your pharmacist. This isn't about creating anxiety. It's about giving you the knowledge to be an active, empowered manager of your own health. Small acts of awareness like this are what keep us independent, feeling good, and living safely in our own homes. I'll link some plain language sources in the description below if you want to read more. Thank you for investing this time in your health today. What is one small change you might make after watching this video? Will you check your labels? Or maybe try a clementine with your breakfast tomorrow? Let me know in the comments below. And if you found this information valuable, please consider liking this video and sharing it with a friend or family member. You never know who it might help. I'll see you in the next video.